This was the one that I was most excited to vlog. This is by far the biggest project you've ever taken on. Somebody earlier today was walking out here and they said, when's the park open? Yeah. Not a public park. Aw, what a cutie.
You're gonna have to pet me. I've always wanted something out here. I went to Lincoln Park one time and I saw this waterfall. I'm like,
Lincoln Park Zoo?
Yeah.
Hey, we built that.
I go around soliciting kids to come swim in the pool.
So now you got even one more draw with the waterfall. And what does your husband think of this?
He likes.
That's good, so yay. Look at all of these cars. We had to park about a quarter mile away from the job site. So this is a wedding is going to be happening in 3 days. So you had a lot of work to do, right, Brent?
We had a lot of work to do.
And it looks like they're still finishing up over there.
So this is my son, Kyle.
That's going to be a future foreman for you, huh?
He's 14. He's a freshman in high school.
Loves working with Dad.
Worked with me every day since the COVID restrictions started in March. And then this is my daughter, Keegan.
The speedster that can't do a good cartwheel. And then the Pond Mom. And I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. And it's all about showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyle. This was the one that I was most excited to vlog with Brent because I've been watching it on Ed the Pond Professor's channel week after week. I mean, Ed's been out here for like almost 3 weeks this spring and summer doing this. And this is by far the biggest project you've ever taken on.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go check out a Beyond the Pond, beautiful aquascape ecosystem water feature. Brand new sod, nothing like the last second. Pavers are going in. This is crazy.
3 weeks ago, these pavers were not here. Now,
so how did this whole project come to fruition?
I was contacted to give an estimate on a proposal.
Last fall.
Last fall, I met with Ed, the pond professor,
Yep.
at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Bloomingdale. We drew something up on a blueprint. Ed made one site visit, and then I presented the proposal to the customer here. That was it. That was it.
This never gets old. I am so excited. I've been seeing this on Ed the Pond Professor's channel all spring and summer, and now I get to see it in person. Wow. Absolutely love this. My goodness. Holy cow. Backslide stairs, were they in the original design or did you add them?
Nope, we added those after the fact. We needed something
vertical
and a 360 view from down on the walkway that goes around the pond.
And I guess that because when you're an artist and you start to get in, you see how things come together, you make some changes. And the homeowner agreed, and now you've got this.
Yep, we wanted a viewing area from the bar area over there. At nighttime, you couldn't see anything. You could hear it, but you couldn't see anything.
And that raises it up so you can see it from all the way at the bar area. Not a bad gig. Okay, so Bill, I gotta ask you, how did you find this guy?
Paul Beebe.
So the guy he works with, you found him, and then he kind of came at the last minute. You already had a different bid, but you decided to go with his bid. What happened there?
I like his haircut.
Somebody does. That's good.
I just like his approach to it. He was creative. It's probably one of the larger projects that he's going to be doing.
Oh, yes.
Try to help him out and grow his business.
What was your vision here? Because this is not typical. I'm guessing he's not a very typical guy, huh? Was this all your idea, or did you have some of this?
The waterfall was for sure his idea.
Okay.
So he did not like the noise from center and wanted to avoid that as much as possible. You know, water brings me peace and enjoyment, and I want to...
Amen.
He wants to feel peaceful instead of the room.
Yes.
It would have been much easier just to put a little fountain in there.
Everybody says it's a resort.
It is. So well, actually, when we came here, you said you walked out. Somebody earlier today was walking out here, and they said, "When's the park open?"
Yeah.
Not a public park.
We're standing at the shoreline of a large intake bay that we put in, and this is where our pumps are housed. We have 7 of the 9 PLs, and they are sitting underneath this fake rock in 4 pump vaults. Right next to that fake rock, we have all of our circuits for electrical. That's where each pump is plugged in, and we also have our smart control plugs, which allows the customer to independently turn on individual pumps for energy efficiency, and then really crank it up when there's party going on. part of the design process is designing an intake bay that can capture enough water for our pumps, but also create a drafting effect, which it acts as a skimmer, so it acts as a pre-filter for us. There is no wetland filtration on this. We just have essentially a pre-filter, and that is caught in the gravel. So underneath all of this gravel is aqua blocks. We have 60 aqua blocks. They run the entire area, and it's rectangled off. Directly on top of that is where we started our stonework. So the stone on the back wall here is actually structural, and that's holding back all the soil from well upstream for us. So these needed to be extremely stable rocks to retain that soil behind it, which was crucial in the design phase. It was a little bit tedious setting some of this rock because of the sheer size. This piece right here is almost 3 tons on its own, so it did create some difficulties. We were able to set it, just time consuming. As you can see down here, this is where we are capturing all of our scum. So this is actually skimming the surface of water well beyond past this. It's pulling everything into the intake bay, which can be grabbed with nets at that time. It just gathers it all in one area. It simplifies maintenance for us. This is our upper pool and the start of our waterfalls. As we pan to the right, you'll see we have a nice upper patio area, which they consider the dance floor. We have the in-ground pool and hot tub, and then we have a bar area. So once you're sitting at the bar area, you have a great view of these urns, and without those urns there, you would be able to hear the sound, but you wouldn't have the view that you do. So we have here, we wanted to create the effect of one stream being split into 2 by a large boulder, and then we did drop in a large waterfall here, which is slightly over 20 inches in drop by about almost 30 inches in width on the waterfall. This is one of the wider waterfalls here. The whole point of dropping in these wide waterfalls was to capture views from the home. We have several windows all over the property. The homeowner's office is in that corner over there, so we tried to angle all of these waterfalls so they would have views from all over on this property, and I think it turned out fantastic. The sound is amazing. We have 31 of the color changing lights installed here, which is also app-based and controlled via phone. Just off of our top pool, we created a little natural area that's watered. So although it appears that we're sitting on just the edge of the pond, in fact that is gravel underneath fabric, and then we put dirt and then mulch on top of that. So this grass, ornamental grass right here, is actually being watered all the time via the stream. We have a foot crossing bridge that crosses the stream, and it's always key for us design-wise to try to give somebody on this bridge something to look at. So that's why we dropped in this wide waterfall here. We put in a large pooling area above it, and that could be an interactive area for kids to play in there, and it's not very deep, so it's rather safe. This is the view from one of the upper patios up against the house. This is just tremendous. We're gathering the sound and the sights from this area. We're standing at about the midway point, and this is the first waterfall. We designed this so the homeowner had a great view from his office, which is right in that corner up there. So from his office, this view right here is pretty amazing. You got one waterfall here, and we have a second one here. He also had some bronze statues designed, which is what you see right here. This is one of those small details that didn't take a bunch of time, but it just pushes projects over the top. We have a gravity drain that runs 1-inch PVC, and it goes to the top of that waterfall. It's plumbed up there. So now we have that effect that there's water coming beside this large waterfall. Just a neat little trick that we did on our install. Didn't take very much time, but just an extra detail that pushes projects over the top.
So we in Mokina?
We're in Mokina, Illinois.
Okay. which is not around a lot of things.
We have a pondless waterfall we put in about a month and a half ago.
Oh my gosh, so it's a brand new pond.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Right next to a in-ground swimming pool. Turned out fantastic.
All right, let's go check it out. Oh, looks like brand new sod. Hello. So do you like this guy? Did he do a good job for you? You're obviously outdoor loving people with a pool and everything else.
Well, I've always wanted something out here, and I went to Lincoln Park one time and I saw this waterfall. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Lincoln Park Zoo?
Yeah.
Hey, we built that.
Did you?
Yeah.
When my husband went to Canada, but with the virus thing,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what I was gonna get for sure, and because I seen all these rocks coming in, but it was gorgeous. Unfortunately, it rained a lot. They did an excellent job. I got movies of them doing everything.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a big supporter of this whole thing.
What was the motivation?
The sound and, well, just the look. But when you're in the pool, you got that because it's very quiet out here.
Yes.
I don't have kids, and I never have, so
Oh, okay.
I don't really enjoy it.
Are these your toys then? You don't have kids?
Well, I have grandkids.
Oh.
And the neighbors. I go around soliciting kids to come swim in the pool.
Nice, and now you got even one more draw with the waterfall. And what does your husband think of this?
He likes it.
That's good, so yay.
And in the end, it really worked out. So
We caught him looking out the window several times when we were building. Very standoffish initially, and then you could tell he caught his attention. And
You got a big dog? Can we see the dog?
I can get him.
Is he an old guy?
13 and a half, and they only live to 8 to 10, so
Wow, yeah, let's see him. I want to see him.
I can try and get him out on this.
Yeah.
He's our grand dog, so we got him 2 years ago.
Is he a St. Bernard?
No, he's a Bernese Mountain Dog.
How much does he weigh?
110.
110 pounds, 13 and a half years old.
Come on, I'll give you a treat.
He weighs more than you do.
No, not quite. Come on, I'll get you a treat. I use
Aw,
that to get him to brush.
what a
He says, oh,
cutie.
you're gonna have to pet me.
Oh, with pleasure. 13 and a half.
Yeah,
Wow.
we'll be 14 December 18th.
And how much? 110 pounds?
110.
Wow.
Oh, you're gonna come down? Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has issues with stairs. You wanna go down?
Oh. Yeah.
No?
What a beautiful, beautiful Burmese mountain dog. What's his name?
Bentley.
Oh, perfect. Well, thanks for letting us interview you.
initially, how this all started was we had to get our 4.5 ton excavator through that small opening in between the trees.
Right here, okay. There's the fisherman. How you doing, brother?
Good.
So your wife made a good thing with this?
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
We had a blank canvas to work with, so this was all just river rock, and there was a little pedestal and a couple planters, so we had a really open area to work with, but tight access to get through. So we got our machine in here, we dug our basin, our pondless basin, so we're sitting on roughly 300 gallons of water. We have our pump vault with one extension on it, and that is a 4,000 to 8,000 adjustable flow AquaSurge pump, and that feeds our waterfall. That is all app-based, so she can control this. She wants a lot of flow, she can turn it up all the way. If she wants just a little tranquil sound, she can put it on the lowest setting.
Nice.
And this is all done via phone, and that is the same with the color-changing lights that are installed in here.
So how many tons of stone did you use? How many pounds?
Totals for this job, I would say 14,000 pounds, roughly.
Okay, so you got 7.5 tons, 14,000 pounds of rock, pump, plumbing, underlayment, rock work, aqua blocks, plumbing, everything would be about what for an investment in a project like this?
Starting for a project like this, we're right around 14,000, 15,000. It just varies by the rock, but should have been a three and a half day install, but it
Rain.
downpoured the day we dug it before we had liner in, and that extended the project.
It's not fishing in Canada, but was it a good investment?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.